So hello everyone. I'm here with my good friend Jimmy. So I'm here with Jimmy. And Jimmy, we did a session, what was it, about a week and a half ago?
That's right.
And what I wanted to do today is just kind of talk about what you got from the session, and then let's talk about what happened and why. Why did you get, how are things better, and what's the mechanics behind that?
I came to you looking to shed some, I think, limiting beliefs
Mm-hmm.
and get some clarity and maybe resolution around some issues that I have with kind of procrastination and sort of overcomplicating things. And the starting point to really kind of understand how what you do could help was watching the video that's hosted on your webpage. Definitely watch that video. Any guy that's watching this, it's like, well, how could this help me? It's like, well, watch that and see if any of it resonates with you.
Yeah, and which parts resonated with you?
Oh, definitely. I actually made some notes.
Now, and by the way, Jimmy, pretty high performing guy. You're a high caliber guy, very successful. But even in my experience, I have high caliber guys come to me, and we all have some parts in our inner world that maybe need some retuning, some cleaning out. Some just have parts, and some need a massive retune.
Yeah, the themes in that video that resonated with me are validation seeking. So despite all that I've accomplished, multi-$100,000 a year income, top performer in my field, top of my game, all of those things are not quite enough, feeling like I'm going through life wearing a weighted vest. Like things are just harder than they should be. There's it seems like I'm carrying this load around on my back like a pack animal. And then the next thing that really resonated in that video was that attempting to overcome these things with fierce discipline works to a great degree, and my life is a testament of that. The accomplishments, the skins that I have on the wall are a testament to that. The zeros in my bank account are a testament to that. But there are limits to that willpower.
100%.
That's kind of the hard way, and then other themes that resonated, in the darkest periods of my life, driving towards pleasure, substance abuse, the avoidance of pain, the numbing of the senses, all of that, resonated deeply. And then kind of on top of all of it, or under all of it, is just this fear and anxiety that holds me back from taking action many times. It just seems like it's so much harder to get started than it ought to be, or it's harder to think of the logical first step in a progression of steps to accomplish a big, complex goal. The attitude that I had going into it was that I would do my best to do the work. And what that also involved was letting go of some preconceived notion about maybe the intensity that would be necessary for me to feel these emotions in order for the work to work.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of let go of what I thought would be necessary for it to be effective. And so in doing that, I opened space so that with honest and forthright effort, what emerged would be enough and would work. The work would work.
Yeah. Now in the session, I asked you, we tried to ramp up this trauma, and do you remember how high we got it? Scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, I think it was like a 7.
Got it too. I think the issue was a 7 out of 10 issue. It wasn't a 10 out of 10. Do you feel like we fully connected to it, or was there more there that we didn't connect to?
Oh, I mean, it's kind of hard to say because it hasn't been very long.
Yeah.
But I would say that I trust your expertise and I did my best. And the combination of those two things are going to yield results.
Very true. And so what were the results for you? What did you notice when we were done?
I
Were
was
there any
tired when we were
results?
done.
Yeah,
I was tired and I was ready for bed.
yeah.
Um, Immediately, though, the next day, I could tell that there was this very subtle but powerful shift.
Mm,
So it's not overt like winning a $500 million cash lottery. That's a very overt, visceral,
yeah.
tornado that you get tossed headfirst into. This was much more subtle.
Hmm.
It was as if the gravity on Earth had lessened just a little bit and it was much easier to walk around. And so I found myself able to move very quickly through medium difficulty work tasks that I probably would have easily procrastinated starting until they were getting closer to having to be due, on the calendar. And that was kind of shocking because that's a big change for me. In other words,
Yeah.
one of the ways that I work is under pressure, and I'll create those conditions to sort of pull that performance out. And this, I just sat down, made a list, went through it, and it was very simple. The other really visceral manifestation of that subtle change is that I immediately started on some work on my house, some renovation work, and just moved through that with the greatest ease. Like, was able to make a list of all the things that needed to happen, started executing the ones that weren't blocked by others, and I've got more than half of it done. And it's been like, well, a little over a week, and I've had to work and do a bunch of other stuff at the same time. So really, just an incredible shift in terms of the utilization of the time in the day. So
Do you think it was do you know what it was subconsciously holding you back? I mean, there's an
I
anxiety,
think
but
it's a
there's
couple of
something
things,
underneath an anxiety. What's that?
Yeah, I think it's a couple of things. I think it's not knowing the outcome and facing a risk of some sort of failure, large or
Yep.
small.
That's a main
Um,
agent. That'll cause anxiety. Keep going.
yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing that kind of links to the procrastination.
Hmm.
Um,
100%. Would you say your anxiety is 100% gone, 80%, 50%, or
Oh,
anything
a
holding you
hundred
back?
percent, a
Right.
100%. I mean, it's a situation where there might be a moment of anxiety, but the intensity is very low.
Mhm.
And I'll attempt to kind of locate where it is in the body and think about it for a minute, and think, why is this coming up? Where is this coming from? And it'll basically disappear within. Give it a chance.
Yeah.
Give
Yeah.
it a chance. Come without any preconceived notions, and the impact is dramatic. It's
Yeah.
it's just something else.
Cool, man. Well, it's an honor and a pleasure. Is there anything you'd like to add, James?
No, I think that was a good kind of debriefing on what it is and how it's impacted me.
Okay. Thank you, sir. That concludes our interview, and thanks for sharing your story. I
Yeah,
appreciate
my
it.
pleasure.